The message arrived at 03:17 UTC, interrupting satellites, power grids, and every active screen on Earth. At first, people thought it was a hack, a prank, or another global emergency alert drill gone wrong. Then the sky itself answered. A massive object unfolded above the atmosphere, not entering, not attacking, simply existing. It reflected no light, bent radar, and silenced every argument about whether humanity was alone. The transmission followed, translated instantly into every known language. Species designation human, planetary body Earth. You have 48 standard hours to surrender governance and military authority. Resistance will result in planetary pacification. There was no emotion in the voice, no threat, no drama, just certainty. Panic spread faster than the signal itself. Markets collapsed, flights were grounded, and governments rushed into emergency sessions that quickly turned into shouting matches. Social media exploded with fear, prayers, denial, and rage. Some called for surrender, arguing survival was all that mattered. Others demanded defiance, shouting that Earth would not kneel to invaders. The aliens made no further demands. No countdown clock appeared in the sky. No follow-up warning was issued. They simply waited. And in that silence, humanity faced a question it had avoided for centuries. Who were we when extinction knocked? The first 12 hours were chaos. Nations mobilized armies that everyone knew would be useless. Missile silos were armed, fleets were deployed, and pilots sat in cockpits knowing they might never return. Scientists worked without sleep, analyzing the alien structure, its energy signatures, and the physics it casually ignored. The conclusion was unanimous and terrifying. The ship could destroy Earth without entering the atmosphere. There would be no war, only an execution. As the hours passed, something unexpected happened. Instead of collapsing, people began talking to each other. Rival nations shared data, secrets, and technologies they had guarded for decades. Old enemies sat at the same tables, not as allies, but as survivors. In underground bunkers and improvised command centers, a different idea emerged. If humanity could not win through force, then it would respond in the one way the invaders had not accounted for. Unity. By hour 36, a single broadcast was prepared. Not from one nation, not from one leader, but from Earth itself. When the broadcast went live, the aliens listened. There were no weapons fired, no threats issued, no pleas for mercy. The message was simple. We hear you, we understand your power, and we refuse your terms. The broadcast showed humanity in all its contradiction. Doctors in war zones, engineers in flooded cities, farmers feeding millions, and scientists staring into the unknown. It showed our failures, our wars, our cruelty. But it also showed our persistence, our creativity, and our refusal to disappear quietly. We will not surrender our world, the voice continued. Not because we think we can defeat you, but because this planet is not a possession, it is a responsibility. For the first time since their arrival, the alien ship moved. Energy rippled across its surface. Sensors screamed warnings across every military installation on Earth. Humanity waited together. Instead of annihilation, the aliens responded with another transmission. Their voice, for the first time, carried something new. Curiosity. They explained that Earth was never meant to survive this long. That countless civilizations surrendered when faced with extinction. That resistance usually came in the form of violence, not resolve. Humanity's response was different. No attempt to strike. No begging for survival. Only a declaration of identity. The aliens revealed the truth. The ultimatum was a test, not of strength, but of species maturity. Civilizations that surrendered lost their autonomy forever. Those that attacked were erased. Those that stood together without aggression were rare. Earth had passed. The alien ship departed as silently as it arrived. No treaty was signed, no technology was given, no promises were made. But humanity was changed. Borders mattered less. Old hatreds felt smaller. And the sky no longer felt empty. The 48 hours that were meant to end us became the moment we truly began. Not as nations, not as factions, but as one species. Watching the stars not with fear, but with purpose. Somewhere in the darkness beyond our world, humanity had been noticed. And for the first time in history, Earth stood ready.